Hi everyone, my name is Kelley Edwards and welcome to your yoga practice today. Today's class is going to be focused on spinal health. We're going to try to move the spine in all of its directions. So we can go lateral, which is side to side with the spine. We can go in flexion, which is a forward fold. We can go into extension, which is back bending, and then we can even rotate as well. So we're gonna do poses that access all of those different planes of movement in the spine. And when we work with the spine, we're actually kind of tapping into the fountain of youth. So the spine houses the nervous system. And when our nervous system is calm, balanced, and happy, we feel younger, more confident, and prouder. So I'm going to make you 10 years younger today with this yoga practice. For class, usual props. A blanket might be nice. We'll be doing some kneeling today so you can cushion the knees. Blocks, if the earth feels far away, you can bring the earth up to you. And then strap might not be really necessary, but good to have just in case. Okay. So we'll begin in an easy seated pose. If you want to use any of your props to support you here, please do so. Definitely sit up on something if your knees are lifted over your hips, okay? So sit yourself up on a block or pillow. And this will help your hips to open, the knees can drop, and this makes the lower back really, really happy here. Okay. So in your seated position, if you need to roll the shoulders a few times, you can. You can drop the chin and move around through the neck. Just any urges from the body as far as how to move right now to get yourself settled, feeling into your body. Please honor that. And then when you're ready and willing to get still, let your shoulders just relax away from your ears. Don't try to push them down too much, just a surrendering there. Then press into your sit bones and feel that energy softly lifting through the crown of the head. Then you can close your eyes. Release any tension across the eyebrows, the jaw, and even down through the neck and shoulders. Pay attention to and enjoy the next few breaths here. Just noticing where the breath moves within your body. Start to let your external environment fall away so that you're tuning in to what's happening within the boundary of your mat. So anything going on off of the mat is not important right now. It will be waiting for you once you're finished with your practice, so really try to take this time for you. Being selfish with your thoughts, only think of yourself. And then bringing your attention into your back body. How does your neck feel? How do the shoulders and the kidneys feel? How does the lower spine, hips, and pelvis feel? Just get a really good understanding of where you're starting in the back body. When we move the spine in all directions, it doesn't have to be big, grand movements. We don't have to get very far to feel the effects and benefits. So make sure as we practice today that you are working with the body that you have right here, right now. And you practice with kindness and compassion. Let's take 3 more breaths here. You may create your intention for practice. One more deep breath. And then keeping your eyes closed, you can just switch which ankle is in front. So just a little change up in your seated pose. Bringing your hands to your knees. Once again, tune into your posture. Think of lightly pressing down into sit bones to get taller. Shoulders relaxing away from the ears. And start to sway your spine from side to side. Starting to feel into that lateral flexion. What does it feel like as your upper body sways to the left, to the right? I like to imagine like my spine is a tall piece of grass that's blowing in a gentle breeze. Again, it doesn't have to be big to feel. Then adding on to this side to side, please feel free to stay here if this feels really good in your body. Otherwise, you can start to move forward and back now. So it's seated cat and cow. And we can start to link the breath with this. So as you inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, rounding back. Feel free to really roll on your sit bones here so that the full length of the spine is getting this action, as well as lifting and tucking your chin so the neck is involved. Eyes can remain closed here so that, again, your intention is moving inward and you're staying focused on how everything is feeling. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then coming back to center. Again, good posture, rooting down to rise up, shoulders away from the ears. Take an inhalation. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. And just a very, very soft, gentle twist. Again, trying to move our spine in all directions here already. Just getting an idea of how we're starting. What's our foundation? Take 1 more inhalation. And exhale, releasing the twist, returning to center. Deep inhale, correct your posture, sit up taller. And then exhale, twisting to the right. Just a soft, easy twist. Just see where your starting point is in the spine. Exhaling, releasing. And a deep breath in as you come to center. Let's come around to tabletop pose, hands and knees. You can cushion your knees with your blanket here if you would like. Setting up with your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the spine. Now let's do some rolling cat and cows. Okay, so kind of combining that extension, flexion, the rounding and dropping. So soften your elbows a bit. Do tone your belly, just gently. And as you inhale, think of dropping your heart into cow towards the left elbow, sweeping it over to the right, and then rounding the back like you're drawing the top of a circle as you go back to the left side of the mat. So inhale, dropping heart, sweeping over to the right. And exhale, rounding up as you make your way back to the left. Okay, so nice big circular motions between your cat and cow. Keep moving like this. I'll show you from the front what this is kind of looking like as well. So elbows soft, cow rolling down, cat arcing up. Go ahead and switch directions. So we drop the heart, cow to the right, and then roll over to the left, rounding up to come back to the right. Again, doesn't have to be very big movements here to feel this. Let's do one more. Who knew our spines could move this way, right? Oh, good. Settling in neutral spine. You can drop the heart, toning the belly. And then tuck the toes, lift the knees and the hips, downward facing dog. Now for this first dog, go ahead and step the feet as wide as the mat. Really bend and soften the knees here so that your lower back has a chance to release. And then you can also grip and hold the edges of the mat here so you have a better traction. You can start to sway the hips, drop the shoulders. And again, just finding a bit of movement here in the spine. Let's take 3 more breaths in this dog. And then come to a normal, traditional dog. Hands are on the mat, feet can step in, more hip distance apart. Inhale, looking towards the hands. Exhale, folding yourself up. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale to drop into a fold, and we're going to stay here. You can go ahead and widen the feet to create a better foundation for yourself here. Once again, soften the knees until you feel that small of the low back just gently extend and let go. For some of us, we're going to really have to bend the knees to do that. For others, not so much, so it's a personal thing. You may grab hold of opposite elbows here. Really let the head and neck hang. And if you want, swaying a little bit from side to side. Now, as you're here, I want you to visualize the discs between each of the vertebrae in the spine. They're like little cushion pillowy guys. So as we're here hanging and breathing, imagine those discs being inflated like little balloons. So they're creating space between the vertebrae once again. Your breath can be the air that is pumping those mini balloons up in the back. Let's take one more big breath here. Then releasing the arms. As you inhale, slowly roll up the center line of the body. Keep your knees softer, tone the belly as you rise up, stacking the bones for mountain pose. Shoulders away from ears, crown lifting tall. Go ahead and step forward to the front of the mat. You may grab your blocks and use them if the earth feels far away here. And again, we'll be doing some low lunge, so you can place your blanket middle of the mat. Finding your mountain pose, soften your knees just a little bit so you're not locking them out. And really press down into the feet. Once again, feeling that energy rebounding and rising you up just ever so softly. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Think of pressing the tops of the arm bones back in space, gently hugging shoulders around the spine. And then soften your front ribs and pull your navel in. Beautiful, proud posture It really does so much for our mood and self-esteem when we stand up straighter. So enjoy it. Next inhale, arms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhale, left foot will go back. Bring your knee down for low lunge and keep your fingertips on the earth as well. Let's take 3 breaths here, maybe sinking the hips in and out of the lunge. You can rock the hips a little from side to side. Again, any urges from the body as far as how to move a little bit in our shapes, honor that. Do what feels good. And now firmly plant that left hand to the earth or a block. And as you exhale, right arm is going to reach up into a twist. If all the way up to the sky doesn't work for you, bring the hand to the waist. And think of stretching more space across the chest. 2 more breaths here. Exhaling, our right hand will come down inside of the right foot. Now walk the right foot out to the edge of the mat and turn the toes out a bit as well, about 45 degrees, lizard pose here, so deeper in the hips. Left knee can walk back a bit to intensify the stretch here, but make sure that the breath is still full. Breath tells you if you've gone too far in the body when the breath becomes shallow. 1 more breath here. Then again into our twist, left hand planting. As you exhale, right arm reaching up, so same side with the twist. This time, if you'd like, lifting the left knee. Stretch across the chest. 2 more breaths here. Exhaling, right hand will come down. Inhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the knees, swaying through the hips. Let's take 1 more breath here in dog. And then exhale, come down to your knees. Walk the knees back from the hips so we're in a kneeling plank. Shoulders will still be over the wrists. Pull ribs and navel up and think of tucking your tailbone under so you're pointing towards the backs of the knees. Look forward through the heart and eyes. Take an inhale. And then exhale, bend the elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, curl up, rolling the shoulders back, just a little cobra. Then exhale, press yourself back to a child's pose. Let's do that 1 more time. So as you inhale, come forward to a kneeling plank, tone the belly. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower. Inhale, rolling shoulders up, just a little baby cobra. And exhale, back to child's. Stay in child's for 2 breaths. Then rise up to a downward facing dog for 4. You can grip the edges of the mat and step the feet wider and take that really big moving dog here if you would like. Then coming to traditional dog, if you modified. Inhaling, looking towards the hands. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Let the head hang. Then inhale, root down, rise up, stretching long. Reach. Exhale, mountain. Come to the top of the mat. You can reset your blocks. And then finding your posture here once again, building from the earth up, tops of the arm bones back in space. Make sure this doesn't puff the heart too much, so we're pulling ribs and navel back in. Knees unlocked. Good posture, good energy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling halfway. And exhale, right foot back. Knee comes down for our low lunge. Keep fingers on the ground for 3 breaths. Just getting acquainted in the shape here. Firmly plant the right hand. Exhaling, left arm opens you up for a twist. Get more space across the chest. 2 more breaths. And exhaling, left hand comes down inside the left foot, walking out to the edge of the mat, turning the toes. Lizard, maybe right knee comes back a bit, dropping deeper into the hips. 3 breaths. Next exhale, left arm reaching up again, twisting lizard. This time the right knee can lift up as well. Big across the chest. 1 more breath. Exhaling, left hand comes down. Inhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Settle in for a little bit, pedaling the knees, swaying through the hips. Then exhale, knees come down for that kneeling plank, so back from the hips a bit, shoulders over wrist, tone the core. As you exhale, elbows bend, chaturanga. Inhale, little cobra curling up. Exhale, back to child's pose. Let's do that 1 more time. So inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's. Stay in child's pose, 2 breaths. Then rise up for downward facing dog. 4 breaths here. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, folding up. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, root down, rise up, standing tall. And exhale, mountain. So stepping to the top of the mat, if you have your blanket middle of the mat, you may want to move it out of the way. Bring your hands to your waist, good posture, toned belly. Go ahead and step your right foot back, turn the heel, and then open yourself out to the right long edge of your mat. Start with the feet a little bit closer together, so we're not going right away into our wide angle. So feet are maybe just about 2 feet apart. Keep your knees softer, belly toned. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, grab hold of the right wrist. Then exhale, lean up and over, stretching to the left. Now you can pull on this right wrist for a little extra traction here, or drop the left hand and crawl the fingers down towards the knee. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale, coming up through center. Grab the left wrist. Exhale, think up and over to the right, stretching. Again, lateral flexion here. You can pull on that wrist or release the hand and crawl down the outer leg. 2 more breaths. Inhale, coming up through center, both arms reach. And then exhale, start to fold yourself down. Hands can come to the earth or blocks. Now you can start to toe heel the feet away from one another, getting longer, going more towards our extended wide angle. And then you can walk the hands in line with the feet, or even keep crawling the hands back to pull the spine into flexion, into that forward fold, trying to get the head towards the center of the mat. Not necessary. Again, little movements here are going to give big effects internally. So again, while we're in a forward folds, I like to imagine the discs being reinflated, space returning to the vertebrae. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And inhale, walking your hands out. Turn the heels in, toes out. Start to bend the knees. Walk your hands up onto the legs, stacking your shoulders over your hips. So we're in a goddess pose here, toning belly. Take an inhalation. Then as you exhale, drop your right shoulder center. Look over the left. Inhale back. Exhale, left shoulder drops. Let's do 2 more to each side with your breath. Really think of pushing the knee away as you twist so that you feel this into the inner thigh and hip as well. That may give you a little bit more rotation through the upper spine. Very good. Coming to center. Go ahead and straighten the legs. You can start to turn that right foot in and then forward. Make it easy for yourself to get the hands down to the front of the mat and step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. As you exhale, drop your knees. Find that kneeling plank. Take an inhalation. And exhale, bend the elbows, lowering all the way to your tummies. All right, make sure that you have some space off the edges of the mat here. We're going to do some cobra rolls. So we've done forward folds, we've done the lateral stretches, we've twisted the spine. Let's get a bit deeper into back bends before we finish class. So with back bends, they really require a open, big chest and a very strong back. So just really take it to whatever level you are at right now. Don't try to force it into a back bend. And make sure that you're not leading with your eyes too much, because the eyes can trick us into thinking we're going farther than we are. So my general rule of thumb for back bends is to look where the heart is pointing. So keep the neck long. Okay. If you have troubles with your lower spine, I recommend opening the feet to the edges of the mat. Your hands will stay at that cobra level, so just about under the shoulders, but we're going to step the hands out wide. So we're going to go off of the mat with the hands. I like to give myself some extra height by popping my hands up onto fingertips. So I'm going to press into the top of the feet. This will turn the legs on. And try to point your elbows up to the sky. Imagine you have balloons underneath your armpits. And now as you inhale, press into the feet, press down into pubic bone, press into your fingertips, and those balloons start to inflate, pulling you up, maybe going towards straight arms. And then as you exhale, rolling the heart and chest back down. Inhale, press into feet, engage core, root down to rise, those balloons fill up. And exhale, coming down. Let's do 2 more here. So you may be just staying smaller like this. That is okay. That is building so much strength for one day you to eventually go higher. Okay? It's all about the journey, not about the end goal. Last one. And coming down. Stack the hands. You can rest the forehead or turn to one cheek. Try to relax the glutes, maybe a little wiggle. Really let the back body just sort of melt away as if it's like a big puddle that's expanding. We're going to do one more round of those cobra rolls. We're just going to do 5. Now that you understand a bit more of the motion, the breathing, the technique, I really just want you to drop into it. Try to be very attentive for the next 5 breaths as you move here. If, with the hands out pretty wide, you can go up to straight arms without any compression in the lower back, then I invite you to bring your hands a little bit closer to the mat. Maybe your thumbs will be on the mat, but fingertips still off, so you're not coming in all the way still, okay? Still a little bit wider. All right, activate the feet. Elbows up, balloons ready. Tone the belly. And 5 breaths. Go ahead and move with the cobra rolls. Think of yourself like a wave. One more breath. Landing slowly, softly. Resting the head and the hands. Letting go of the back body, the hips and the glutes. Rest for a few moments on your tummy. And then when you're ready, and make sure you're really, really ready, press yourself back to child's pose. After those cobra rolls, I like to keep my arms forward and gently sway through my shoulders and my hips. And for me, after some back bending work, that swaying, again, that like long piece of grass in the breeze, that action there, that really helps to bring me back into balance. And then go ahead and sit yourself up. Take your legs out from underneath you. And we'll go ahead and lie down onto our backs. If you think you'd like any props for Shavasana Pose, you can grab those now. Maybe a blanket for underneath the knees or blocker pillow for under the head. Lying down, you can hug your knees into your heart. Gently rock from side to side. Then moving the knees around in circles. Just helping the muscles in the back to calm down and free up. And then keep hugging your right knee into your heart. Let your left leg extend long. Make sure your knee and toes are pointing up. And inhale, open the right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Then exhale, use the left hand to guide the right knee to the left for a nice spinal twist here. Your shoulders can move to the left edge of the mat. Make sure you're rolling on that left outer hip. And that right shoulder is getting heavier to the ground, maybe not touching the earth, that's okay. If there's too much strain on the right chest and shoulder, just drop it down more to shoulder height or below. Look in whatever direction is comfortable for the neck. I'm going to face the sun because that feels so nice. Couple more breath here. As you take your next exhale, go ahead and unravel from the twist. Keep that right knee pulling in towards the heart, and then if that knee feels like it wants to drop open to the right, go ahead and use that right hand to support it. Enjoy that opening across the front of the pelvis. Then hugging the knee in, go ahead and step both feet to the mat. Recenter your body. And then left knee will hug in. Right leg will extend. Again, good posture, good alignment on that right leg, knee and toes pointing up. Inhale, open the left arm out to the side, palm facing up. Then exhale, dropping that left knee over to the right. Rolling on the right outer hip, moving your shoulder blades. Again, if there's too much feeling in that left arm, just bring it down a bit. A few more breaths here. Next exhale, take yourself out of the twist. Again, keep that left knee close to the heart, and if it wants to open out to the side, let it with the support of that left hand. And then stepping both feet, returning yourself to the middle of the mat. Once again, hugging the knees into the heart, rocking from side to side. Moving around in circles with the knees. Then take a big squeeze, hugging knees into heart, deep inhalation. As you exhale, let go. Extend the legs long. The arms can open, dropping you into Shavasana Pose. Now gently lift up the chest and move the shoulders away from the ears before you resettle. Feet can flap open, palms facing up. Just take up a lot of space here. Keeping your attention on the mat. What is happening within your body now? Where can you feel energy that maybe wasn't there before? When we move the spine in all directions, again, that creates a healthier nervous system. So do you feel calmer? Do you feel balanced? Just keep checking in with yourself, with the effects of our practice. And accept and welcome all feelings. A few more moments here for yourself in silence. I'll let you know when it's time to release. Start to bring your attention back to your body and your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin to deepen your breath and make your body movements a bit grander. And on an inhale, the arms can reach long. And as you exhale, soften. Hug your knees into your heart. Sweetly drop over to your right side. Pause and rest here for a moment. And then bring yourself up to an easy seated pose, keeping your eyes shut if possible. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Shoulders softly down the back. Press into the sit bones to sit up just a few millimeters taller. Notice how you feel. What are the effects of this practice on your physical body, on your mental state, on your emotional health? Repeat your intention to yourself and promise to take it with you off of your mat into your life. Bow your brain, sealing everything in. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining me with this practice. I hope you feel younger. Move your spine in all directions every day, even if it's just simple side to side, forward fold, little back bend, an easy seated twist. That will help you so much in your life everywhere. It will really transfer its benefits. Thank you again for practicing with me. I hope you feel good. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.